What's up, guys? Back with another video. This time I'm not recording when it's 12 at night, so let's go. I'm a tad bit more energetic than the last time. And I'm a little news flash. I'm no longer calling myself your average prodigal brother. Some people are gonna ask, okay, well, why is that? It's because it's too long, man. Genuinely. And I ain't saying all those many symbols every time. So, we will be shortening it to Yappy. Not Yappy, like being Yappy, Yappy. Get it right, people. Anyways, on to the topic. Wait, where the heck are all these spiders? Am I blind? Oh. Well, anyways, as I archer them, I'll explain. So the thing is, in this class, it is a public speech, more of a class. Now that's like more accurate representation of it. And there's like individual, there's group speeches, and there's other small activities where we have to get up and talk. And maybe I might do a video on what I presented on. Who knows? We'll see. And this group that was presenting was a guy and a girl, and they're given a topic, and their topic was on video games. It's not given specific on what was that an instant harmony question? You know, whatever. It's not specific on what particular you're going to be talking about, but it is saying it's controversial, so you have to go over an aspect that's controversial about it. Oh, nice. I left my NB chest here. And at like most of it, I thought it was alright. It's not, they didn't go too much in depth into things, but I liked it. They went over like the aspects of what happens when you take video games too far, as in like you don't really have a social life and such, and the like physical consequences of being chronically playing video games. So I thought it was pretty interesting. However, at the last, mm, yeah, I'd say one of the last few slides, he goes on to ask us a question. It's more of a rhetorical question, as in, actually, no, it's not a rhetorical question. It's more of a question that he's asking to himself for him to answer. And then he goes to say, he asks, what do you think the game that makes the most revenue? And he says he thought it was GTA. And when he searched it up, it wasn't GTA. It was actually Minecraft. And I was like, yo, I didn't know that. Let's go. Another win for Minecraft that I didn't even know about. But I didn't really see the relevance to it. But then he goes on to say he doesn't understand why it is, since he says Minecraft is so simple. He's like taking jabs at it. I'm like, yo, as a Minecrafter, Minecraft is not simple. I mean, I could go on aspects into why it isn't as simple. You could probably say that for the beta versions, where all you could do is just build and that's all. But You could be a bunch of different things just in that game. And to wrap up his charade of dissing Minecraft, he says that GTA 6 is coming out in 2025. And I'm like, oh, actually? Since I didn't know that, I thought it was going to take a couple more years. But even if it does, it still took taking too long, man. I'm telling you. They even made memes about it. What, they have to wait like a decade for it? And just Minecraft is just one time pay, but I don't need to go into those aspects. Minecraft no diffs GTA in most aspects, and if you disagree, you're just wrong, and then your rights are revoked. It's tragic. And then it was time for Q&A, if anyone has any questions. And I was considering asking a question more on the GTA, but I knew I would have probably got shut down by the teacher since it was off topic, and I'm trying to keep it low key in my class, so there's no need to bring that extra attention to me. So at first it was like 75% I was gonna ask, but then one of the students asked a question on how do you balance other things and video games? And then he goes on to say, you're looking at one. Since he plays video games and he's perfectly healthy, he then gives all of his gym stats, like I can bench 350, I can, and I can respect that, you know. He balances it well, and that's respectable. Some people cannot do that. Anyway, and I got scared since if I was to ask the question, I get a feeling he might chuck me through the window. And what's worse is there is no window since we're in a basement, so he's just gonna chuck me at a wall, and then I'm done. That will be the end of my story. Death of me of asking a question about Minecraft, bro. I'm pretty sure there's worse ways people have died, but a wee bit morbid for me. Anyways, so in order to preserve my life, I didn't ask that question, but there was one way I could do one act of defiance while having my life. I was a reviewer. Since the professor gives us some students, it's either optional or you have to assess the content, whether it's good or not. And what I found out was I had all this power. So, as the responsible person I am, I decided instead of giving a 95, I gave them a 90. Let's go. 5-point difference, end of their career, they're done. In all seriousness, for 1 second, I was considering putting a 50 just for the trolls, but I didn't, since otherwise they're going to be saying, like, the teacher isn't going to take it into account, since the reviewers, they play a role to giving the grade to them as well. So it isn't just the teacher grading, it's at least 2 other reviewers. And overall, That guy, he seems pretty chill. Maybe in one scenario I could see me being his friend, but his dissing in Minecraft has eternally separated from one of them. Well, anyways, I will be giving. I'll probably just find this last person and then I'll probably end off the video from there. Why is this guy not attacking me? Nope, you can't be pacifist. What is this? And to just end the day, one of our SMP members had their birthday pretty recently, so we might as well give them a gift. Let's just say happy, oh, happy late B-Day, nerd. I don't know. We're saying nerds so they don't see me as kind. Let's go in the moon. I might as well give them some cake and fireworks for it. Is there? Well, our deed is done. They're probably. Oh wait, actually, I should remove my name. Yeah, yeah. They can never know I'm kind. That would ruin my reputation. I don't want to be seen as kind. No way, Jose. Okay, anyways, they're probably not gonna see this video anyway, so I'm good. Let's go. And hope next video I'll probably try being a more like building stuff since I'm not being a very productive SMP member, not gonna lie. Well, kudos. Take care.